everybody, it's me, Becky from Teaching Talons, back for another breakaway session, and I am here again to introduce you to another one of my Teaching Talons animal friends. Now today we've got something a little bit different. We're going to be meeting a mammal. Now mammals are basically the same group of animals as us, so that means that they're animals covered in either hair or fur. So we're going to be meeting a furry creature today. So I'm going to get him out and introduce you to him, and I'm sure you probably all know what he is. Now, he normally looks very cute when he first wakes up because he'll normally sit on his bottom. Here he is. How adorable is he? So this little fellow here is of course a hedgehog, and I bet you all knew that. Oh, here he is, he's waking up, here come his little jazz hands. And this little hedgehog here has a very silly name, I'm sure this will make you laugh. This hedgehog's name is Prickled Onion. He's called Onion because, of course, if a hedgehog gets scared, or if they're sleeping, they will curl up and roll into a ball. So when he woke up, he was in a sleepy ball. So that doesn't hurt my hands. He just sleeps curled up so that he's cozy and safe. But if he was frightened, he would roll into a very angry, spiky ball. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to put a prickly, spiky ball of hedgehog in my mouth. So it's actually a really good way for him to stay safe and protect him from any predators that might like to eat him. So if anyone's wondering, it doesn't hurt my hands to pick up and hold Prickled Onion at all, because he is a very friendly hedgehog. Now, before I carry on with this video, there is something I should warn you about. And that is, Prickled Onion, the hedgehog, is the animal that I like to call Teaching Talons' party pooper. Now, I'm sure you can all hazard a guess as to what our party pooper likes to do. Can anyone guess? He likes to poo, not just at parties really. Prickled Onion, he will have a poo at any occasion. Now it's not because he's frightened if he does have a poo, it's just because hedgehogs like to eat a lot. That's how they get the name a hedgehog. Hedge, because they snuffle along the hedgerows with this big long nose, looking for lots of tasty insects, grubs, beetles, worms, slugs and snails. And then the word hog is another word for pig. So they're literally called a hedge pig. And of course, if you snaffle up all your dinner, you might get called a little piggy as well. And that's how the humble hedgehog got its name. Now, some of you, if you're very lucky, may have seen a wild hedgehog before. Now, in England, we don't have hedgehogs that quite look like Prickled Onion. We have the European hedgehog. Now, Prickled Onion, he's actually an African hedgehog. So you wouldn't find a hedgehog quite like him in the wild in England. And the main differences are African hedgehogs like Prickled Onion, they're actually smaller than the European hedgehog. He weighs about 300 grams. European hedgehogs can weigh over 1,000 grams, or a kilogram. And also, as you can probably notice, African hedgehogs are paler in colour. You can see he's actually got brown and white stripy quills, or you could call them spines or spikes. But then he actually has a pale white tummy and face with a dark mask. And I will show you his tummy quickly, because you can see his tummy doesn't have any spikes. He actually has a soft, furry belly. So that's why rolling in a ball means that he can completely cover and protect his vulnerable soft tummy and face and legs with those spikes. So by curling up, he's protecting his soft, fuzzy bits. So you might remember from my last video that we fed Norbert, the bearded dragon, some tasty, juicy, wiggly mealworms, which were an insect grub. Now, Prickled Onion and hedgehogs in general are what we call an insectivore. That means he likes to eat insects as the main part of his diet. So we're going to feed him some of these tasty worms as well. So if I tilt my camera down, he hasn't had a poo yet actually, we're quite lucky. You might be able to see I have already laid out a little row of beetle grubs. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how Prickled Onion hunts them down. Now remember, he has a big long nose that's sniffing all the time. See? So that's how he's going to sniff out the tasty, juicy insects. Oh, and look, he's having a poo, so he'll probably poo and eat. But you know, he's got to make room for all these worms, hasn't he? So, can you see how his nose is twitching and sniffing all the time? That's his main way to find the food. And Prickled Onion is nocturnal, so that means he would be coming out at night time. It's a little bit darker and safer from predators. He'd be harder to find in the first place. So he doesn't have good eyesight. He can't actually see very well. He needs a pair of glasses, I think, like me. So his nose is brilliant, and that's to make up for his rubbish eyes. You might also notice that on his face, Prickled Onion has some special hairs. Cats have these special hairs on their face as well. Some of you at home watching might know what they're called, so shout out if you do. But those special hairs are called whiskers. So Prickled Onion can use these special whiskers on his face to also feel where he's going and to feel where those tasty insects are. Do you think he wants some more? Prickled Onion is definitely greedy. He always wants a few more worms. And as you know from Norbert's video, I'm too much of a softie. I always end up giving them extras. So he's sniffing with his long nose, he can't really see, and then he's feeling with his whiskers. Hopefully you can also see he has sticky out ears, just like us. So he can also hear, so he can listen out for any predators that might be sneaking up on him, and he can listen out for any creepy crawlies rustling about in the hedgerows and the leaf litter. So hopefully that's told you a little bit about our lovely Prickled Onion, the African hedgehog, with his very silly name. And he only had one poo that plopped straight to the floor, so you guys are very lucky you didn't get to witness our party pooper in full action. So, as always, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this very, very cute little hedgehog, and I'll be back to see you all soon with another one of my Teaching Talons animal friends. Goodbye for now!